Hello friends, welcome again. This is Rajan. So in the month of January and February, I made two huge losses. One in RBL Bank, which is 9,000. It's not very huge, and another one is Asian Paints in February, 30,000 rupees loss. Although I recovered it very easily in the next couple of days, I think I learned a great deal from them, and I think it will be useful for you because many YouTubers teach or educate traders based on their profits, but I think people will learn more from their losses than their profits because it helps you to avoid these entries and exit and where to keep your stop loss. It helps you to avoid this mental pressure, correct? So only through losses you learn a lot. So losses are just a part of the trading, and loss doesn't mean that you are wrong. You just have to learn how to manage the loss, correct? So in this two particular trades, I will teach you how to avoid the mistakes that I have made. Hello friend, so I will explain you how I made a loss of 30,000 rupees in Asian Paints. So this is the pattern that I had drawn, and after the breakout I entered somewhere around here, and the next day there was a reversal, not a reversal, actually there was a fall. So I was very sure that this is a retrace and not a reversal, because how do you find the difference between a reversal and a retrace? It's very easy. You just have to compare the existing candle relative to the previous candles. If you see, this is a huge bullish momentum, huge buying momentum, right? And if you just compare it with this area, you can just see the fall, correct? This is not a fall, this is like a retrace. So I was very sure that after the retrace the stock would continue to go up, but the problem was my risk management. I risked 30,000 rupees to gain 60,000 rupees, and after the trend line is also broken, I was quite confident that after some time it will go up. And in fact, I even used Fibonacci retracement to confirm my trade. So this is the swing low and this is a swing high, and I was waiting for this area. So if this area holds, I will just continue with the trade. But what happened, this is looking good in a 1 hour time frame, correct? So in 15 minutes time frame, it looked like this is going to fall, and trust me, I exited exactly at 1838. This is where I exited. The reason is my strict risk management, because the moment it touched here, my loss was 30,000 and I had to exit it. So this is a very hard luck for me, and after that it went up. So that was a very hard time for me, and I accepted the loss because it happens in trading. This is very usual. And after the Asian Paint trades, I took up Hindustan Unilever. So this is where I entered exactly at this point. The stock was, it was getting a flag pattern. I was sure that there is going to be a same candle like this after the flag pattern is broken, and I was right. I made around 18k in this trade. Regarding the RBL Bank loss, which is quite minimal, but I'm sure that you can learn a bit from that. Even I learned a bit. Or okay, not RBL Bank. Okay, so this is what I did. After this triangle pattern is broken, I made a mistake by entering at this area, which is quite. I was expecting that there will be a bearish momentum and the trend would just continue, but I was quite wrong. And the next day there was a pullback. So the optimum and the ideal price to enter would be during the pullback. So this is, I exited, to be frank, I exited the moment it went around 330 or something, and I was not waiting for this because I knew for sure that the pullback is going to take some time, which is what happened here. So I exited during the first candle itself. This is where I exited with a 9k loss. So this is where I entered on 20th January. This is a mistake from my end. I shouldn't have entered here. And after that, it was forming another triangle pattern. If you see, this is another triangle pattern, and it fell. I knew for sure that it's going to fail, but it's gonna take some time for me. Parallelly, I was doing many trades during the January end and made some money in Ujjivan and other stuff. And after that, parallelly to Asian Paints, I was also holding to Manapuram Finance. So the stock was breaking down from this beautiful trend line, and after the trend line is broken, it tried to retouch the trend line, but after the severe sell off it just fell down, correct? So even after the next day, this is where I entered exactly at 168.40. I'll just zoom a bit, and this is where I entered. And the next day, the stock went up. This may look like a very small candle after the after it falls, but during the market it was quiet because I was in 30,000 rupees loss here. But I didn't close the trade. I will show you the recording after that in a later part. Eventually, I was holding to it and made a profit of around 8,000, I guess. And this is where I made a loss of 30,000 in Asian Paints. I was not able to record when I closed with 30,000 rupees loss. This is Manapuram actually. This after I closed it at the bottom, it went up actually. This is kind of a pullback, quite a horrific moment for me, and eventually it went down, which is a different story. This is Asian Paints, and I was not able to record the Asian Paint loss. This is Manapuram profit, and after that I was able to book some money in Hindustan Unilever around 18k, and some other stocks I traded based on the intraday strategy, which is based on CPR. I have uploaded a video on that in the previous video along with free indicator and free scanner, so please make sure to use it so that you understand how the strategy works. Since I was quite strong in intraday, I thought I would make some intraday buy and recover the loss from Asian Paints. If you see, I made a loss of 40,000, or I mean, on that specific day, I was in a loss of 40,000, and I didn't panic or I didn't revenge trade. Eventually, after 2 or 3 days, I recovered the money. Not only recovered the money, but also made some profit, right? So this is how your mentality should be. You should have a conviction on your own trade, and you should not revenge trade. That is the only thing. The day I made a loss on Asian Paint, I closed my terminal and I didn't even look at the chart. You should accept the loss on that day whenever you make it, and you should be fine. You should be able to recover it very easily. And yeah, thank you very much.